As Dick Grayson continues his quest to uncover the secrets of the Hold and their connection to the history of Blüdhaven, he'll be forced into a reckoning with an old flame. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Nightwing issue number 108 and find out what happens next together, shall we? So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, you'll remember that the Cross Key Pirates just so happened to have a mole inside their operation, one that tried to kill Captain Blood's second in command, and who's working for her evil brother Dirk. Well, Nightwing being Nightwing manages to riddle it out pretty quickly in just one night by setting a trap for this poor schmuck. Clearly, these pirate crews aren't recruiting from the best and brightest because, I mean, seriously, if you try and murder another captain on a ship, what the hell are you gonna do? You're still on the ship. It would seem that Dirk, despite being a total dickhead, still has quite a lot of sway and authority within the pirate underworld, and there's no telling if there aren't more moles inside the crew that Nightwing and Bea couldn't find. Now, you would think after stopping an attempt on her life, Captain Blood would be happy for all of the help that Dick is rendering right now, but there's still a lot unsaid between these two lovers. Bea is clearly more than a little jealous of all the extra attention that Nightwing was giving to Batgirl in the previous issue, so much to the point she ends up blurting out that a lot of Dick's current success in Blüdhaven, with all of his brand new urban renewal projects, he actually owes to Captain Blood and the Hold itself. Apparently, Bea was using her own influence to help grease the wheels of government and push through a bunch of Nightwing's sweeping reforms. Wow, and here I thought he managed to get it all done because he was handsome, rich, and had a half-sister in government. Guess not, it was all pirates. I mean, okay, those things probably helped too, and admittedly, Dick does kind of have to stop and think that he did leave Bea in really bad terms when they last met. He basically said, "I don't love you," and walked off and acted like he was doing her a favor. But oh, that Dick Grayson, he's so sweet and so slick, he manages to save the whole conversation by saying, you know what, maybe my attempts to help all of the disadvantaged people of Blüdhaven was in no small part inspired by the time I spent with you, Bea. And I mean, hey, for the record, I didn't know you were some pirate captain queen back then, and if I did, it might have actually changed things. It's not long after that the crew ends up making way for the secret hidden pirate city. At first, Dick thinks they're all going to crash inside a mountain face, only to realize that there's actually highly advanced cloaking technology in place to protect the city from Atlantean incursions. In fact, the pirates seem to have a long and storied history with Atlanteans, as you might guess. They've even managed to set up warning effigies based around Black Manta, Ocean Master, and even Aquaman himself, the message being quite clear: the sea belongs to us, not you. The pirate city itself, Nightwing has to admit, is pretty goddamn impressive, mainly because it just looks like any modern run-of-the-mill city, right down to having its own Starbucks. I suppose, like me, Nightwing just assumed that if there was a pirate city, it would probably look like something out of Muppet Treasure Island, but nope. Also, two other important things of note. One, everyone just assumes that Dick must be Captain Blood's consort, and as such, they're all disrespecting him. And two, if you're a real eagle-eyed Tom Taylor superfan, you'll notice that members of the Revolutionaries, the team that Taylor created for his Suicide Squad run, are actually walking around the pirate city in a nice touch. The good guys aren't in town for long when the tide quickly starts turning against them. Captain Blood's second in command gets shot by Dirk, who's already set up an ambush for them at the Crow's Nest, the city's ancient site of power. Moreover than that, Dirk ends up letting it slip that he was actually the one who told Tony Zuko about the Hold in the first place, meaning that he is, after the fact, the reason that the original Captain Blood, Bea's adopted father, died, all in an attempt to try and grab power for himself. Nightwing heroically tries to throw down some smoke bombs and make some space between himself and the pirate gunmen. This works, but unfortunately Bea herself is blinded by rage and gives chase to her brother, who again very sadly seems to have his adopted sister's number, running her through with a pirate saber, before eventually throwing her body back into the ocean as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Nightwing issue number 108, everybody. A brisk, to the point little story in this much bigger pirate-themed story arc, which I still find very novel. Again, all the points in the world to Tom Taylor for using a character like Bea to build on everything that came before, especially from a controversial era in Nightwing, and actually reintroduce her into the story and also make her a big part of everything we've been seeing just from behind the scenes. Beyond that, there's not really much more I can say about this story so far. If you like Nightwing and you like pirate stuff, you're probably gonna like this, because this is a peanut butter and chocolate situation where it's two great tastes that taste great together, and if you don't like one or both of those things, then the novelty is probably gonna wear off a lot sooner. I will say this issue just did kinda whiz by, and I'm hoping the final issue can have a little extra oomph there, especially as this whole thing has been building up to Dick figuring out what exactly that mysterious letter says. overall I'd give this one a 7.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest. That's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.